You just fell for someone. Maybe last week, maybe 10 years ago. Maybe you're falling right now while you're watching this. And here's the strange part. Your brain already made the decision before you even opened your mouth. Not after the third date. Not after the deep conversation about your childhood. 90 seconds. That's roughly how long it takes your brain to decide if someone is a yes. And this isn't a modern dating app trick, or some Instagram psychology fact. This reaction is older than romance itself, older than marriage, older than the word love in any language humans have ever spoken. So the question is, if it's not really you making that decision, who is? That's roughly how long it takes your brain to decide if someone is a yes. This reaction is older than romance itself, older than marriage, older than the word love in any language humans have ever spoken. Long before cities, before writing, before fire was even a guaranteed thing every group had figured out. Evolutionary psychologist David Buss spent decades studying mate selection across more than 30 different cultures, and he found something odd no matter where he looked. Humans were scanning for the same handful of signals: symmetry, voice, scent, confidence, almost instantly. Not because ancient humans were shallow. Because they didn't have time to be picky. A wrong choice back then wasn't just awkward. It could mean raising a child alone in a world with predators, famine, and zero backup plan. So the brain evolved a shortcut. A fast filter. Something that could scan a stranger and spit out a verdict in under 2 minutes, using cues your conscious mind barely even registers. Fast forward to the 1980s. Psychologist Helen Fisher wanted to know what was actually happening inside the brain during that fast filter. So she put people who'd just fallen for someone into an fMRI scanner and watched. What she found surprised even her. The moment someone saw a photo of their new love interest, a tiny, ancient part of the brain lit up. The ventral tegmental area. This isn't the part of your brain that handles romance or emotion. It's the part that handles addiction. The exact same region that fires when someone uses cocaine. Fisher's conclusion was blunt. Falling in love isn't really an emotion at all. It's a drive. Like hunger. Like thirst. Your brain doesn't ask you politely if you'd like to be attracted to someone. It floods you with dopamine and hopes you keep up. But dopamine alone doesn't explain the 90-second number. For that, we need to go back to a much stranger study, one involving sweaty t-shirts. In the 1990s, biologist Klaus Wedekind ran an experiment where women smelled t-shirts worn by different men for 2 nights straight. No deodorant, no cologne, just raw human scent, and rated which ones they found most attractive. The twist? Women consistently preferred the scent of men whose immune system genes were the most different from their own. Not similar. Different. Because different immune genes in a future child means better disease resistance. Your nose, without asking your permission, was running a genetic compatibility test in real time and reporting the results as a feeling. I just like his smell was never just a preference. It was biology quietly doing paperwork. And here's the thing that makes this bigger than just why we get crushes. If your brain is running symmetry checks, scent analysis, and a dopamine addiction response, all in 90 seconds, all without your permission, then the entire idea of falling in love as some poetic, mysterious, uncontrollable magic isn't a myth. It's literally true. It really is uncontrollable. You're not choosing who you're attracted to any more than you're choosing to feel hungry after skipping breakfast. The only difference is society dressed hunger up in candlelight and called it romance. Every love song, every rom.com, every I just knew, all of it is downstream of a survival algorithm your ancestors needed to not die alone on the savannah. So what happens when you drop this ancient 90-second algorithm into 2026? Researchers studying online dating behavior found something almost funny. People still make attraction decisions in seconds, sometimes less than 1, based on a tiny photo and 0 real information. Your brain doesn't know the difference between a stranger by a fire 40,000 years ago and a stranger in a profile picture. It's running the exact same ancient checklist, just on a phone now instead of a savannah. Same software, wildly different hardware. And that mismatch? That's probably why modern dating feels so exhausting. You're using a Stone Age tool to sort through more potential mates in one night than your ancestors met in an entire lifetime. So here's the full picture. A survival shortcut built hundreds of thousands of years ago, refined by symmetry, scent, and instinct, running quietly through your addiction circuitry every single time you meet someone new, compressed into 90 seconds you never agreed to. That flutter you felt the last time you locked eyes with someone across a room. That wasn't romance choosing you. That was a 40,000-year-old algorithm doing its job perfectly. You're not falling in love. You're running code. And honestly, maybe that makes it even more beautiful, knowing that every person who ever loved anyone, anywhere, was running the exact same ancient program you are right now. Maybe that makes it even more beautiful, knowing that every person who ever loved anyone, anywhere, was running the exact same ancient program you are right now. So, if this kind of thing fascinates you as much as it fascinates me, stick around. There's a lot more hiding in that Stone Age brain of yours.